I'm all for transparency, Mr. Chairman. I want to say that. But why don't we skip the foreplay and go right to the sex and outlaw vertical integration for Part D? Would you support that, Mr. Scott? Let me just guess what your answer is.
No, sir, and I can explain why.
No, you speak Sanskrit.
Just want to remind the witnesses, you're under oath, and the statement about having a good relationship with pharmacists, with independent pharmacists, that's a bit of a stretch, according to dozens of pharmacists that have texted my phone when you all said that. So, just want to remind everyone, you're in the crowd, obviously. Just remind you under oath, and the witness that testified yesterday, things didn't turn out well for her over the past 24 hours. This is a serious issue. There's clearly a problem with the independent pharmacies and the PBM, and to characterize it that you have a great relationship, I believe, is a stretch. That's my opinion.
And on the other hand, we have the Federal Trade Commission. We have major media outlets like the New York Times. We have at least 8 different attorneys general, Democratic and Republican, who all say that PBMs are inflating drug costs. I wonder whom the American people should believe.
And we can't leave our homes behind. So, and part of the way that small towns keep up are institutions like this, or like Gay Hearts in Culpeper. So thank you for explaining, thank you for showing me how a sausage is being made. You know, from an office in DC, it's hard to see how this system affects people on the ground. And you have to see it every day because you're trying to fill these people's prescriptions and you're looking at giant negative signs like that. So thank you for explaining this to me.
Our report. I cannot stress to you how important this, folks. I was a pharmacist for 40 years. I'm the one who had to go to the counter and tell the patient how much the medication was. I'm the one who had to do that. People can't afford their medications. They're getting ripped off. This has got to be busted up. No insurance company should own a PBM. No PBM should own a pharmacy. Period.
But the way I understand it, and again, just a country boy here, but PBMs work with insurance companies to negotiate prices with manufacturers and then dictate to the pharmacy what they get paid. And if you're not in the network, look out. You're in trouble. That doesn't sound like a middleman. That sounds like the dictator at the top. That sounds like a monopoly.
To accelerate these price restrictions and reductions, my administration will also cut out the middlemen. We're going to totally cut out the famous middlemen. Nobody knows who they are, middlemen. I've been hearing the term for 25 years, middlemen. I don't know who they are, but they're rich. That I can tell you. So we're cutting out probably the middlemen. It's so important, right? They got to do that. They're worse than the drug companies. They don't even make a product, and they make a fortune.
Do you agree, as a representative of the PBMs, that it would be more fair to predicate out-of-pocket costs for what the actual pharmacy paid for that drug?
The PBM is there to work on behalf of the employer or the plan sponsor who's going to make the determination about those questions on out-of-pocket.
I'm here to work on behalf of the patient, okay? And what's good for the patient is that they are not paying co-payment rates that are predicated on the list price that nobody pays. It's a made-up price. It's literally fiction.
Otherwise, it's a series of trade-offs, and one way or the other, the consumer pays, whether depending on the plan sponsor's design.
I think you just summarized the problem here. One way or the other, the consumer pays.
Say I own my own pharmacy.
We are always open, Congressman, to negotiating with pharmacies.
How does that look?
Pharmacies can always redline a contract.
Do they?
To us and negotiate.
Do they?
They do.
How often?
I don't know.
How often do you actually negotiate with them?
As I said, I don't know an exact percentage. We have over 64,000 pharmacies in our network today, so it's a broad number, and there's a lot of volume that goes through.
Okay. So would you say, I mean, just to guess, would you say it's 20% of the time?
I wouldn't want to speculate, sir. We could get back to you.
I just find it deeply troubling that I actually don't believe you.
It's good for patients and for plans because it's creating optionality in the market.
It's creating optionality. In the state of Missouri, just last year, we lost 73 independent pharmacies across my state in 19 different counties. Do you know that 2 entire counties in the state of Missouri now have, wait for it, 0 pharmacies? 0. Now, you are making $7.3 billion, you and the companies that you represent, and yet 2 whole counties in the state of Missouri have no pharmacies, 73 closed last year. Why shouldn't we be breaking you guys up? I mean, this looks like classic monopolist behavior. The patients are getting screwed, Missourians are getting screwed, you're getting rich.
Shitting on independent pharmacies. I couldn't find a better word. I mean, that is the appropriate word to describe the financial abuse that we've heard about from non-captive pharmacies.